He's right
What's
next to
up,
me.
stud?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, thanks for doing this.
No, anytime, bro. You know how it is. You call, I'm ready for you guys always, especially Mona knows. You know, she knows I am.
Oh, yeah.
You know? She offered me a free steak, I was always there. No.
Come on. The food was so good. I miss it.
Delicious. I miss it. I mean, those days were the best. And the only thing I regret is not taking enough pictures while we were there.
I know. You know what? I said that. I was looking through my phone and I have some pictures with you and some of my friends that work there, but not enough. I'm like,
no, we were too busy just,
we
were living the moment. That's what it was.
Exactly. Well, that's what Mike does. When it comes to pictures, he's the master of taking pictures. He cannot.
There's that one person, that annoying person that says, "Hey, picture time," you know?
Oh yeah, he takes pictures of everything. So, but you're still in New Jersey?
Still in Jersey. Yeah,
right.
Still here because of the kids, not by choice. You know, trust me. Yeah. Nothing going on in Jersey, okay? Well, you know that.
Same here. The weather is great here. I don't know about you guys, but
I only see it on the Weather Channel. I know it's nice. I mean, nothing like California.
Oh yes.
And you know, my wife is from there, so she always wants to go back.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, she used to live right there, Marina Del Rey. So
she used to train at Gold's, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I used to go. She used to go to work. I met her there after work, and then finish the day with the sunset. You know.
Oh yeah. That
was our usual routine.
Pretty, yeah.
Let's talk about routines.
Yes.
Let's talk about routines because you've been competing and you've been in the health and fitness industry for a long time.
Yes.
And if you can give us a couple tips to these people out here that keep looking for the trick, keep looking for the secret that we're keeping from them. You tell me what is some of your tips for continuing to be as good looking as you are, as in shape as you are, as training as you do? How do you still do it?
Listen, Mike, first thing I like to say to everyone, just like you say, just to knock down that whole, what's the trick, what's the secret, what's the formula? People want, the holy grail of health and fitness. And in reality is they possess it. The problem is they're too busy looking and it's right in front of them. And right now, even more so with all this social media, all this internet, I mean, they have walking encyclopedias with them. And they just refuse to accept that doing this much sets, being this consistent is it. In reality, being consistent, doing those sets, getting into the gym day by day is actually it.
Why is it so hard for people to get that? Why do people? It's continuous. I first got on stage in 1983, and I'm on stage here again, guest posing this year. So it's going to close into 40 years of being on stage. And
that is beautiful.
It's just going like to work, a job. You go to every day, you make money, and you live your life. Why is it that they got these encyclopedias, they have people like you to look at and talk to, and they still think, no. It's you getting up every day and working out. It's not that you stay on a nutrition plan of some sense. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with something that nobody's talking about again. And it goes right back to the point. What is wrong with society today that they can't just go?
I think it's just scapegoating. That's the only thing I can think of. And let me shut off this print machine because it's there you go. The only thing I can think of, Mike, is just scapegoating. Here you are. We're giving it to them. We're basically handing it to them on a platter. Just watching you you know, it would have been godsend back in the days when I first started, because just watching you and without you even speaking, just watching what you're doing, how you do it, your form, and you see me always commenting about your form. You know, the form is just one of those things that when you see it, it's almost like the stroke of a brush and a nice canvas, you know, and it's just very, you know, comforting to a person who's worked out for so long. And again, I observe, I watch, and they can do this, but they just don't feel like, no, that's not it, or they're too busy not caring to watch. You know, they almost want you to, you know, take them to the gym, you know, do the cardio for them, lift the weights for them, and then, you know, ask you for a spot while you're doing that. You know, so
yeah,
it's just scapegoating. It's scapegoating.
You said something there that really triggers with me because I grew up with dyslexia. So at that stage, I thought it was a handicap, not being able to read and write. I didn't realize it set me up to win in life. And it was probably the greatest thing that ever happened to me, not a crutch. But it taught me to do something that you just spoke of, that people are going to bypass. All you did was watch. You didn't listen to me what I said. You just watched it. And you absorbed something from watching me. And that's how I grew up. I didn't ask questions. I just watched the guys ahead of me that did succeed. And I paid attention to what they did. I didn't ask them questions. I didn't bug them. I just did it, watched, and then I applied it to see if it worked for me. And
like I said, I did the same thing, and that's why I watch a lot of videos. Of course, I'm listening to you now, obviously, because you always have some great information over the years that you gathered through your experience. But if I look at myself now in the gym, I would definitely will say I look like a creep, you know, looking at the national level competitor, looking at the former Mr. Universe, you know, looking at Chris Dickerson, and I'm sure Chris wouldn't have mind, but, you know, but just looking at these pose.
He would have liked it. He would have liked you.
Yeah, inside joke.
We know.
Yeah. So, you know, it's one of these things where I would see the guy do back, and there's a reason why his back looks that way, and I'm going to emulate that form that he is doing it in, you know. Then I will see somebody who did not look as good doing the same exact exercise, and he's all over the place. 6 months later, he's still in the same place, you know. So it's one of those things that, yes, magazines did not do us justice. Yeah. You know, we saw the beginning of the exercise, the start and the ending of the exercise. We saw that with Lee Haney. We saw that with Arnold many times. I think at that time it was Muscle and Strength magazine, or just Muscle magazine, before Muscle and Fitness and Flex came along. So we had a lot of steady shots, no websites to look at. So we only saw the beginning and the finishing of the exercise. We didn't know what was the whole execution of the exercise.
Smart.
So that alone was a trial and error in the gym, you know, and we paid for it through either injury, pulling a muscle, you know, and that's one of those things that I did not want to repeat. So every injury was a learning lesson for me, and not getting injured again in the same area was me obviously learning. So it was, you know, again, you know, one of those things we had to do. We didn't have a choice. And if you're a good person, that at least a good observer. Sorry, my kids.
No, it's okay. Mike just went to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're a good observer, and whether you like, you know, to watch a good TV show, and when I watch shows, I see a lot of background, and my wife is like, I can't believe you knew that they're in New York. You know, first thing I like to see is what setting are they in, what city, you know, the building. Oh, if I see a nice building, who's the architect?
You analyze things. I love that. You analyze to a detail, which I think is so beneficial to somebody that is an artist. You created
And I like,
and it's very.
and you remember I used to see some of these big guys. One of them was Robbie Robinson. He had the thickest arms, so his range of motion for chess was so short. You would think that was the actual movement, Hey, you know what? I'm going to do these short movement. But the thing was, his range of motion was short, so he couldn't do anything about it. You look at Lee Priest, same thing, It wasn't the execution exercise. That's only as far as they can go because of their muscles were so damn big.
Yeah.
But now when you're, weighing 160 pounds, 180, and you're executing the exercise, and you have a long range and a full squeeze, you shouldn't be doing these half a chest, half a rep movements, So that's the thing where people get it confused as well. When they see somebody who's already overdeveloped to somebody who's underdeveloped and somebody who's in shape. So for me, it was watching the guys like you're in shape. Now, if I built myself, obviously, I had to gain more weight because of the category I was in. Open class, you have to build more mass. And eventually I became, not like obviously Robbie Robinson, but the short movements, they come in time. But still, I had a long range because of the long limbs,
Yeah, you've got a beautiful art piece. Your body is a work of art. I appreciate it. Always have. To me, though, you're also like the full package. You're a good person. You're a good-looking guy with a great body. So
thank you. You're gonna get the 20th anniversary Victor T-shirt. This is it. You're gonna get it.
Oh, there we go. I like that. Jeffrey, get that ordered.
Yeah, no, I got it. No, I send them to my friends. My friends got them.
Thank you. Thank you.
You'll get them.
Mona talks highly of you. So there's Mona is, like most people know, the former editor of Muscle and Fitness. She owned a restaurant in New York, but she's obviously friends with everybody.
Yes,
she knows everybody. But she talks. There's a few circle that she talks highly of, and Mona. And if the fans don't know how Mona is straightforward and says it the way it is.
That's why it was how you say those low at first friendship, And
she talks highly of her.
Yeah. I saw her. I saw how hard she worked. She was a no bullshit. She'll tell you, and she's definitely not for the faint of hearts. And a lot of people, they think a friend is always to be that yes person, and at the end of the day, it's like, listen, you have to be very critical. You have to be open to take that good advice to come in, whether it's what you want to hear or not. And Mona was that. That's where realness came, and that's why I was like, you know what? This is a friend. This is not just an acquaintance, and she's a friend. And every time she had an event, she had something at her restaurant. Her articles, when she became editor, I was always showing support, to friends, pick up the magazines, read the articles. So it's one of those things that the only thing, being a friend is not enough. Let's support this friendship now.
So with that being said, the circle of friends, I realized later in my life how that significant other or people in your corner really raise your game.
Yeah.
And take you to the next level. You hang out with the wrong people, wrong things happen. You hang out with the right people, you grow. It's one of those things. It's hard to say to a young 20-year-old that's watching this right now. I get that you like your circle of friends. I get they're fun. I get that you go to the clubs and the drinking and you're partying and doing whatever you're doing. But how can you talk to these kids today and tell them the circle of friends sets you up to win or sets you up to fail?
That's a great point and a great topic you brought up, Mike, because it's one of those things I always wanted to discuss, but how to actually set off the conversation, me, if it was hard times in Flex, I was in it. If it was a tough situation I was going through, it was because of a reason. And my own certain self-demise and certain things, the negative things that happened to me was, again, friends. You know, you surround yourself with certain friends. And again, you know, I'm using that word a little loosely because a lot of these people might be friends, but you know, they get demoted to be just acquaintances because a true friend would say, hey, you know what? Don't do that. You have kids, you have a career. Let's stay the course, you know. But in preparation for a show, they know what you like. They know you like to hang out. They know you like good company. But when they're doing it in the middle of a show prep or before a show prep, instead of helping you, the one thing these guys do is obviously is what they want, you know, the hangout. So my own certain demise in certain areas was by keeping certain friends around. And yes, you know, I did get rid of them. Again, I did replace them with better people. I just surrounded myself with those good people. And people might say, oh, that's wrong. That's cool. You know, you shouldn't leave friends behind. You shouldn't. It's not even about that. It's really about yourself, because if you don't improve, you don't become that better person, you will never evolve. And my thing was about evolving, you know. If I keep going out, if I keep missing workouts, if I keep, you know, not placing at the show because I know what I did leading up to the show and what I didn't do leading up to the show, it's going to keep me, you know, out of the winning, spots. And who pays for it? My family. They don't get the glory. They don't get the checks. They don't get, you know, the celebrations. And unfortunately, those are the friends that you have to drop. So it was, so for the kids I have out there that are listening, and I know you are, it's just weigh your friends, weigh them out. Weigh them out, meaning just look at what benefits do they have into improving your life, making you that better person. You know, you don't want a person who instigates a situation that you already, that's bad. You should have a person who sees you going through a bad situation, who's supporting you, and who's going to either lift you or guide you in how to resolve that problem. Not a person who's going to instigate it, not a person who's going to give you pity. Definitely, I'm not a pity person. That's one thing I always hated, is that pity, you know. Tell me what I did wrong. How can we find a solution? How can we repair it? How can we overcome it? But don't linger over it. Don't say I should have, I could have. You know what? It's done. Let's not harp over it, you know. Let's be those people that look ahead, you know, get that support that friends should do. And like I said, very few do that. But when I see myself from the outside in and step back and say, man, during this time, this person really wasn't there. So therefore, hey, guess what? I'm just going to play the dumb card myself and not be around for them.
Somebody, I like Jordan Peterson and how he explains it. Child psychologist, and bright guy to me. He just basically said that there's, you're moving on from your friends at the time because they're not ready to move on or help you. So you're going to move on. And if they want to catch up, they can always catch up. They can always get on the right path, but they're not really friends if they're holding you back or holding. I mean, our ultimate purpose is for us to be the very best we possibly can in this life. And you are one of these people that has lived your dream. And to live a dream outside of the normal person 9 to 5, it takes a lot more. It takes a lot more effort and a lot more support. And so for you to do that, you can't be hanging out with people that are holding you back, to want to hold you down. So check them out. And for you kids listening to this, man, it's not that you're saying goodbye to them. You're just saying goodbye to them for now until they wake up and feel their passion and dreams and start chasing it. And maybe they come back around or maybe they don't.
I know. And the thing is, you know, I grew up in such a crazy neighborhood, tough neighborhood. And I was always the one holding the torch. You know, if you had to find a good party, hey, let's go get Victor, you know. Yeah, there was a rumble, you know, hey, let's go get Victor, you know. A lot of the times I was motivated by fear, and that fear ultimately, led to many bad things. But then when bodybuilding was introduced to me, that fear of getting those extra reps and that pain of not being able to walk or shoulders, not being able to move my arms, that's what I wanted to face more than not. So I changed from, that excitement and fear of, getting into a borrowed car and joyriding to just getting myself to the gym and hanging out with the older guys, the older guys that already been through the, wilding out, hanging out in street corners. And I did it pretty young, I was pretty, I'll say that was my tipping point. That was one of my tipping points in life. I would have to say I was 19 years old. And at that time, I knew I had to get a job and stick to the gym, and there was still room for me to learn, but that came later. Again, my kids, one of my sons being born at 19, I was young. It was difficult. And I looked to him to kind of, change my certain ways that I was outside. And then that was just one wave. And life comes in different waves, Then there's the, of course, the girl situation, You can have a girl, and this is great for a lot of teenagers, you can have a girl, yes, you love them, you care about them, you want to be with them, but at the end of the day, it's 50-50. You shouldn't be doing 100 for them. They shouldn't be doing 100 for you. As young as you are, it should be support, If you're studying, she should be helping you or leaving you alone. If it's going to the gym because you're an athlete or you're trying to attain a sports ranking within your school, whether it's a scholarship or just you're playing varsity, guess what? She should be supporting it, not stopping you from attaining that goal. And there was many times I actually broke up with girls. And this is, again, when I decided at 19, I wanted to work out. And this girl I liked a lot. Obviously, I won't say her name or anything. It's so long ago. She wanted to spend time. But first of all, spending time was me hanging out on the street and looking at you on the window. That was nice, great moments, but don't stop me from going to the gym. And that was the only, whatever, I think I spent 2 hours doing everything wrong because I just started. But a girlfriend should support whatever endeavors you're, trying to pursue.
I'm going to jump back for just a second because you said something that I think is one of the reasons you still lift today. Is because lifting meant something more to you than getting in shape, more than having abs, more than looking good. It was a battle, and you went in there and you wanted that battle, and you wanted that stress or the fight or the trying to get the reps, and that was the emotional battle you needed to help you live.
Oh, yeah. In order to live, I had to get to that gym. I had to get through that workout. And that was just one thing added to my accomplishment of I made it through the night, I made it through the day. And as I got to the block, somebody new was stabbed or shot, and it was in the same corner I was in. And knowing me, I was a stand-up guy, it could have been me. So living was about getting through those workouts, and it wasn't just to look good, to pick up girls. It was a life's, process for me. This is what I needed. My food, like most people needed to get through the day, eat, have calories, stay focused. My training was my fuel. It was my fuel because once I completed that part of my day, whether it was after school, before school, I was whole because I walked high and I walked proud because I did something that, again, a lot of my friends called out. They chickened out. They were tired. But I was always the last man standing. And I think that also made it even more fun,
Let's go deeper into that for a second, because I think these kids might get I know they're going to get so much out of this, but there's something here that, in a sense, the gym saved you. Or possibly saved you from a completely different life. And again, for these kids that want to work out and want to get in shape because hey, it's cool. I'm buffed. I'm strong. If you can find something like you have, or like me, I always say that I need the battle at 4 o'clock in the morning. I just need it because that makes me live. If they can find that passion to live it and bleed it, it could change their lives, not just physically, but emotionally. And that's what it's helped you do and change your life from so many people. I mean, I imagine you could just wrap off a whole bunch of people that were around you in 18, 19, 20, and they're not here today, or they're just not living the lives they wanted to, where you got to go on and live this dream.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is so true. I started in the gym with a couple of guys. Actually, one of the guys, his name was also Victor, you know, and I remember they used to say, hey, is it Slim Vic or Big Vic? And I didn't want to be Slim Vic, you know, because every Victor had a name, you know, and then there was White Vic, and then there was Black Vic, and so on. So we all had our nicknames. And I think after that 1 year, you know, I was also, you know, Big Vic 1, Big Vic 2. He was older than me. So yes, a lot of us made it. He did not, you know, rest in peace. A lot of people did not reach their goals because either, you know, life, you know, just like all of us, and especially right now, this past year, it can overwhelm us. It can overwhelm us to a point that we fold. And we have to overcome that. And is there a template on that? I mean, I can look at just other people's stories. I can look at other people's situations, you know. But when it comes to you and actually lands in your, you know, life, in your circle, and there's a death, there's an injury, someone passed, it's not easy to just say, hey, pick yourself up and go. Now you have to reinforce yourself with that mental exercise that you've been carrying yourself over the years. And now you have to, like reps and sets, get into your own mind and tell yourself, no, I will get through this. I will fight this, and I will overcome this. Now, that's my mental exercise, repeating it to myself. And not everybody can do this. I'm not going to say, hey, just get up, you know, train hard, or hey, you can do it. Hey, that's just so cliche. Yes, it is so basic. But mental exercises is the same way I get up, do cardio, or, you know, get to the gym, work that body part. That's what I do with my mind every night and every morning when I get up. It's not something you set and you're good to go for a week or a month. This is actually every day. The mental exercises are every day, just like every physical exercise.
I try to tell people the person you talk to the most is you.
Yes.
And that voice isn't always nice. It's not your best friend.
Oh man, I could put myself down to a point that I would say I'm going to prove you wrong.
It's see, again, there's some traits that you're at the pinnacle of health and fitness, and there's some traits I see with you or some others that I've talked to, that there's that same kind of approach. For me, it's the first day I ever skip legs will be my last day training. You know, that's that kind of, why do you train legs so hard? Why do you do it? Because that's the fight. Me keeping out of the ground, you know, that battle, the barbarian in me that needs the gladiator fight. And so it's interesting that I wish, again, these kids today, with the ability to not look at a magazine like we grew up with, but to watch the videos and listen to the battle, because it's not the, like you said, pick yourself up. I hate those guys. I honestly, guys that are on stage that I do lectures with and they're up there, you're just lazy. Get off your ass. Get going. It's just pick yourself. I hate those guys.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Mike, you know, what's messing up quotes right now. You know, I grew up on many quotes. You read them in magazines. You read them in history books. Obviously, you know, I think in poetry class and in high school and college, we used to go over through some quotes. And and a lot of them transcended, you know, and they meant something.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm seeing the same quotes, and I see them on social media. I mean, let me see. I have some of them written down. Let me see. It's like some of them.
Give me some.
Let me give you some, and when you see them, just, you know. Okay, it's just one by John D. Rockefeller, you know. But this is not one of the ones I see mostly. Okay. Let's use the Winston Churchill. I like a lot of his, quotes. And his is, success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. So that's a great one. But now when the quote is put right next to the crack of a woman's ass, I'm not really focused on my success or my failures, you know. I want to go home and bang my wife, you know.
Well, you walked in because we were just talking about that people, the kids today, they get into health and fitness to score with the girls or have good abs and stuff like that.
Right.
But where weightlifting saved me and changed his life forever. And these quotes are kind of the same thing, where it meant something when Bruce Lee said something, because you knew he was living the life.
Yes.
You knew he was
being desecrated right now. Those quotes are being desecrated. And I don't mind, you know, the woman is training hard. She wants to show her butt, but don't desecrate these quotes by, you know, that motivated and made many, many famous, you know, successful people. And mind you showing the crack of your ass. I'm not hating on that. It's just, it's destroying my vision of pursuing that quote.
Right. No, I'm with you on that, because it's the same thing about the guy on stage screaming and yelling, going, "You guys are all lazy. That's why you're out of shape and this and that. Look at me. I'm great." Those kind of guys I don't like, because I also know them behind the curtain at Oz, and I know how they really live. And I'm like, dude, you what are you talking about? You just became famous in the last 2 years because of social media. Before that, you were doing all this, and this. And so now you're suddenly a guru. It's like, it's the same kind of thing, like a quote. You see somebody like Rockefeller or somebody that did so much, and you're like, wow, that quote means something. And then you see it next to a fitness person that got in shape in 12 weeks, and you're like, okay.
You know, and again, it's, you know, we choose our path. We choose what motivates us. I can use a 12-year-old prodigy that created some piece of good artwork just the other day to the oldest person. I mean, you name them. I mean, the other day was Alex Trebek, and I see, you know, watching a lot of his old episodes of Jeopardy. And, you know, I use, my motivations come from everywhere, many places. And you put up more videos than most of us out there. And I'm glad you put them up, because that's one thing I lack, and I should do more, and I want to do more. This is what I decided to do more of this year, because, you know, I'm not focused on who's not watching. I'm focused on who's, you know, who takes the time to watch, you know, and that's what I want to keep going on more. I'm still learning. I'm still being motivated. There's still days, I mean, the days I don't want to go to the gym, those are the days I make myself go to the gym.
Why? Tell them why, though. Because that's the champion in you. That's the champion. That's the fighter in you. We talk to people all the time. I don't know. I'm sick of chicken. I don't care that you're sick of chicken. I was sick of chicken 40 years ago. Shut up.
I know. But right now, you know, they're making, you know, you eat chicken, you eat steak. What the fashion, you know, thing about it is, you know, being vegan, which I don't mind. You can promote being vegan. You know, you can promote being, you know, any one of these diets that you like to follow. But don't knock another type of diet. You know, I'm not saying vegan is wrong. I'm not saying eating chicken is the best, you know. But at the end of the day, when you have these companies now, like, you know, PF, I'm not going to say the name because, again, it's not, you know, my thing to mention names, and I don't really care to mention their names. When they're putting down bodybuilders to promote their gyms, because they're saying we're not this kind, you know.
I'll say it. Don't do bodybuilding. We don't.
I call them Planet Ifness. Planet
Fitness. I'll say it for you. Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things that, you know, the main slogan is no judgment. Well, you contradicted yourself.
In today's world, right?
You just contradicted yourself. And again, you know, me as a business person, I want to open up my gym. Right now, I'm looking at a few locations next week.
Congrats.
Nice.
No, I'm not going to leave out anything I don't do in the gym because I don't do it.
Right.
If you like CrossFit, guess what? We're going to have your own CrossFit section. If you like powerlifting, which I love, you know, you're going to have powerlifting. I must have powerlifting.
Yeah. Jump back for a second, though. Jump back for a second, because on the days you don't want to train, the days you're not motivated to train.
Oh, yeah.
There's a voice saying in the head. And how do you switch it?
That's like, you know what? If you're going to go to the gym, this is the only day you have to go, you know, because tomorrow you're going to feel great. You're going to feel rested. And, you know, but this is the day that is the challenge. This is the challenge, you know. Why don't you want to go, you know? You only went to the gym so far. It's Monday, Tuesday. It's only Wednesday. You have to go. You have to go. And like you just said now, Wednesday, Thursday, whether it's back or legs, I don't do this today. You know what? Might as well take tomorrow off and not take it serious anymore, you know? And I get myself to the gym, and the first thing I say is, you know what? Let me just do 4 or 5 sets. If I don't feel good, I'll go home. Guess what? It never stops at 4 or 5 sets. It keeps going. It keeps going until you're finished. And it actually winds up being the best workout. Usually. Most of the time.
Crazy.
They won't even understand this, but when it happens to them, everybody will understand this. There's days you go to the gym feeling like a beast and tear the gym up. You're going to destroy your partners, and you go and it's not. Then it's like you said, that you feel terrible. You don't feel good. This may not be the day. I should probably not do anything. You walk in and you move the whole gym.
Yes.
It's an amazing thing.
You never feel the same. There's no, 100%. There's no light day when people, I don't know if you ever had this, Mike, is today your heavy day? Is today your light day? I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Thank you. Oh, he just said it.
I don't know what that is.
What is
light
that?
Day. I don't understand. There's only, train hard or train harder.
I said the other day, I don't know who made this up. Is it a heavy day or light day? I go, there's no such thing as a light day. You lift as heavy as you can for the rep range you're doing as hard as you can. That's it. There's no such thing as light day.
Yeah, you sure did say
I did say that the other day, and I'm glad he said that, because it's so irritating that the snowflakes are going, I'm just doing lightweight. There's no such thing as lightweight. It's resistance. You put as much pressure on your body to help the body grow. Skip bodybuilding. Skip winning the Olympia. Skip all that. The point of it is to put pressure on your body so the body itself will get stronger so you could live longer and live a better life.
That's it. But it's not actually a measurement of saying, hey, it's going to be light, where it's a weight that I can do 30, 50 reps. I mean, what is the point, Enough resistance where you're stimulating your muscle and you can get enough reps where you tear up and get that new muscle. So the heavy and light day, guys, get that out of your head. There is no such thing.
Thank you.
You can do a high volume day and a low volume day. I mean, that makes sense. I do a compound day where, I stick to mostly free weights. Many times I actually mixed in the machines with the free weights, but I never leave out free weights either. Free weights are the bread and butter of any part of the body.
Then let me finish up with this. And I'll guarantee this has happened to you. At every expo you've ever gone to, the people will come up to you and say, hey, I got no problem training. I train like a beast. Everybody, I guess, trains like beasts. With that being said, and then they come back with the second phase of that, and it's why they look the way they do. and they come back and go, but I can't stay on a nutrition plan.
I mean, again, you want to accomplish, that's a scapegoating. Again, that's a scapegoating quote. My friend will listen to this, and I will also say this because we're in a time where our time is valuable. If my friend calls me to hang out, guess what? My hangout is with my family. You want to hang out? We should be in the gym working out. But don't call me to get a free training session. Don't call me to get a diet, and then not follow it or lose a pound. During pandemic, I was, nice enough to write someone a diet who gained some weight. Okay, he gained a lot of weight, maybe 100 pounds or something. He got up to like 320 pounds. And did the diet. This is May. We in January now, and he has not lost a pound.
Huh.
And that's one of the things why I say, see, this is why I charge. And, I did that for you just because, but you ask me again, this is why I'm going to charge you, because now if you don't do it, at least I made money off it. But my goal is, if you do it, that is how I get my fix. That is what makes me motivated. That's what I want to see. That's what I want you to feel. And that will actually make me feel so much better than the cash you gave me, improvements and you buying time in your life, That means you're not going to die now. Not yet, at least, So that's where we are, Mike. People want to, they see us, yes, that's what we do. Yes, we go to the gym a lot, and they try to squeeze in with you to work out. At the end of the day, listen, for me, it's either got to be fun or I have to be learning. And learning is one of those things that I cherish, show me something new. I never walk in as I know it all already. I go in open-minded, like, give me something new, and I'm open-minded and I'm waiting for it. So that's my approach.
So weightlifting changed you, possibly saved your life. You took second, if I'm correct, at the 2007 Mr. Olympia.
Mm-hmm.
So you and Jay, two best in the world that year. So
yeah, Jay was good.
The hill, and
yes.
You're still willing to learn.
Yes.
Bruce Lee would say your cup is in a sense empty, where most people cup is full, so you can't teach them anything. We're going to learn. How is that? How, again, to the kids today that know everything because they follow Joe Blow on Instagram and he's an elite trainer. How do you tell these kids today that, no, you don't know everything? No, the way that you're training may not be the right way, and that's why you're not improving. So how someone that's so successful that everybody would like to be like and look like, still willing to learn and still being open to that?
Again, being open-minded is a way to, tell yourself that you're willing to learn. So when these kids think they know it all, I challenge them, okay, let's put your know-it-all to work. Are you going to compete? Are you going to do anything with it? Do you just know it without showing any proof of knowing anything? Would you like to get, I would like to see one of your workouts. I would like to see some of your gains. Do you have any before and afters? Are you a trainer? Do you have clients? Let me see some of your best clients and your changes, I don't stop. The buck doesn't stop there. Just by them saying it,
yeah.
I'm the person who's going to get in your face and be like, oh, really? You know everything? Well, I like to see it. Show it to me.
Yeah.
Who are you training? Who have you trained? And last time I saw you, you looked exactly the same, So one of those things where you shut your brain down and you shut your thought process of not being able to gain any other person's opinion or knowledge, you lost. You already lost. And that's going to be something that you're going to learn the hard way when you meet that other person, whether it be on stage, in a meet or anywhere that has to be in a competitive setting. You're going to be doomed.
Man, I hope they really pay attention to this one. This is you gave us so much truth and knowledge. I know people want to know about grams and proteins and yeah, what's your rep range, all that kind of stuff. And I try to tell them that's not the important part of this. The important part of it is everything you just said today, to be open-minded, to understand, to keep learning, to go on the days you don't want to go, to have the circle of friends around you. Everything you spoke of is a mimic of what I believe. And you do it in such a humble way and someone that's been so incredible. So I just, it was a joy for me to do this and talk to you.
One of those things you said, don't look at, don't motivate yourself by putting down the person who hasn't done it yet. If that's your way to motivate yourself, look at the weak, the heavy, the person who has not, doesn't have health. You don't know that. You don't know what the health situation is. But if that's going to be your motivation, to get to the gym, to putting someone down, eventually you will face that same situation. And then you're going to tell yourself, man, how did I get here? Just go back and think, when you put that person down, that you did not know their situation or their health problems or their home problems or their financial problems, a lot of people are not going to the gym now, obviously because of the pandemic. Before, a lot of people didn't go to the gym because they couldn't afford it. But guess what? Now there's no excuse to gymming it. There's no excuse to gymming it. I mean, right now you go online, you can get, 1,000 home workouts.
Yeah.
Blow up. So crazy.
Ab roller, whatever, Taibo, the mirror, I don't know. It doesn't matter what it is. I will not mock anything or hate on anything except for PF.
Exactly.
I hate them. I don't like them because it's just, you guys try to bring us down, but you can't. Because we started this first.
Yeah, we started this first. I love that, man.
Right? And that was when nobody was watching, That's the biggest thing. We started this when nobody was watching.
My team over here is asking us to do they want to see us do a live workout together, like a show.
Yeah, baby. You know what? Like I said, my wife's been asking me to go to California. And I want to make that trip, make that trip true for her and for the kids. So that will be sometime next month, I think, already.
Well, we'll be here.
Now, only one question for you, Mike. Hold on. Is it going to be at 4:00 in the morning?
I'll let you sleep in.
Let me tell you, that's 7 o'clock your time. Let's get that straight.
7 o'clock, okay. 9 o'clock, I'll do 6.
You know what I did? I had like 4 or 5 of my buddies all meet me for a 4 o'clock workout. That was my celebration for a birthday.
You got up at 1?
So I was up at 1:30, 2 o'clock, and we all worked out at this private gym. It was great.
Crazy.
But that's different when with the nice weather and the West Coast. I actually get up earlier. It's a New York thing. So with the time zone is a New York thing, and yes, I don't mind early. I think the earliest I think I've been going to the gym has been 7 o'clock. And it's don't ask me to squat at that time, okay? I'm gonna stay down.
Man, thanks for doing this today.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mona.
Hey.
And little Titan, love him. I'm gonna send him his Victor Martinez size shirt, okay?
I signed you the address or no? I did. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna send him the right here. This is the 20th anniversary Victor Martinez shirt right here.
Everybody,
cool
everybody. There we go.
Right here.
We'll post that.
I haven't been selling them because I've been too busy giving them to my close friends and the kids.
That's what happens. We know that feeling. Trust me.
I will not make them again. This is the only one style I'll make of this kind. And, I made about 200, and once they're gone, they're gone. So,
One is cutting the sleeves off. No T-shirts without showing those pipes.
He knows.
Oh, yeah. I know. She's looking good. You're looking good, Mona.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know. Like I said, So what's the secret? You just point to the side.
The secret. Much
No,
love.
you guys are pushing each other.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Best to the family.
Thank you. You too. And give little Tiny a big hug for me.
Yeah.
Absolute brother.
All right. Take care, bro.
Doing this today.
Thank you.